Welcome back.
Jeez, you're fucking loud.
Am I really?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I think I was louder before.
See, Neves was chirping me before we started this episode. He's like, oh, you're not funny, Josh.
You're actually not.
Oh, ouch. Why?
Yeah, it's okay, Josh.
Neves just needs some sleep.
Some people aren't funny.
That's his second cup of coffee for the day that he finished before we started rolling.
Yeah. It's pretty cool because the cup of coffee is film related.
I know. I was going to mention that to you, but I was like, let's talk about that on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think
Mugs.
it's good.
I fucking love mugs, honestly.
I do too.
I have a disgusting amount at my place.
Yeah?
I have a Star Wars one. I have one that, like, when you pour the hot water in it, Christmas tree show up. I have another Star Wars one.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Tim Hortons one.
Nice.
I don't know why. I just love mugs.
That's
my preferred way of drinking everything.
I like that too. I like different types of mugs, but I feel like if I buy too many, then I'm just like, maybe I'm just overdoing it. You know, like, like, do I need a fifth Batman mug? Probably not.
Minimalism right here. Okay, Matt Diavella.
What?
You don't know who Matt Diavella is?
Who's Matt Diavella?
He's this YouTuber, big YouTuber, and his whole thing is minimalism. He has a documentary on Netflix too.
Oh yeah. I'm not a huge fan of minimalism.
My younger brother Matt, like, just praise to him. Why are you looking at Christian like that?
No, nothing. It's just I think he wants to kill me.
Why? What does minimalism have to do with any of this?
No. You know what does have to do with it? That was a terrible transition. Let's talk about biopics.
Oh, biopics.
Yeah, let's talk about biopics.
Oh, so I see what's happening. You're like, Josh, get back on track.
That's on me too, because I feel like we kind of get off topic at certain points. But at the end of the day, we know what we're talking about. And by we know what we're talking about, I mean, like,
where's the so anyway jar? So anyways.
Yeah. So anyways.
Biopics. Biopics are fantastic. I love those movies.
I like them too. Different types.
It's just, I don't know. I just feel very different whenever I see a movie that's like based on somebody's life and seeing. Most of the biopics that I've seen are like based around like starting a business or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say every 4 months I rewatch The Social Network.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, I love that really movie. And I don't know. It puts me into the grind zone. You know?
I like what they do where they don't make it super, super accurate. Like Jesse Eisenberg does not sound like Mark Zuckerberg.
Not
at all. At all. But
it's kind of hard to sound like a lizard.
Yeah, exactly. But he gives off that very like non-human approach where he just kind of talks like a computer in the movie, which I thought is like, yeah, that's pretty fucking accurate.
I wouldn't say it's that he talks like a computer. I think he speaks really, really quickly. It's like his brain is going a million miles an hour, and somehow he's able to articulate that into like verbal communication, which is like, I don't think I know a single person that can do that. So if anybody can do it, it's the guy that made Facebook.
Yep. He started, how old was he when he started Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg.
You're asking the wrong person. I may love The Social Network, but
you may love it, but what?
But I don't really do a ton of background research on the movies. So if you give me a movie and it says based on a true story, I'll be like, yes, true story, okay.
Sometimes I do a little bit of research depending on the biopic. Like I recently saw this movie called American Made with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And the character that he's playing is based off of a real person. And I saw the picture, I was like, the fuck?
I know, I love those memes of like, the character who, like the actor that plays the character, it'll be like fucking some great looking actor. And then the person that's actually the person they base off looks like a fucking trash can.
Oh yeah, like straight up. They caught Tom Cruise. I was like, yeah, he kind of looks like him. And it's like this middle-aged dude balding.
They got Leo DiCaprio to play, what's his name from Wolf of Wall Street? Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan, what's his last name?
Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
I could kind of see that.
Wow, I got a text message.
You got a text message.
Fantastic.
Good for you, Josh.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to see American Made, but I never ended up going to see. Is that the movie with Jonah Hill? And he's huge in that movie.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, what movie's that?
That's the one with Miles Teller.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I forgot what that was called. Something.
So then who was in American Made?
Tom Cruise.
Who else?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not.
Sleepy.
I'm a sleepy guy. No, I only know Tom Cruise in it.
Oh no, when was last? Yeah, I remember seeing like it's like based on like selling weapons, right?
No, that's the one with
It's War Dogs.
War Dogs, yes. That's a good one where there's a scene with Jonah Hill and he's like in the room and he's like, all right, forget everything you know. This is how you do it and stuff. And then like some random person, because he's like, it's going to be bigger than IT or whatever.
Yeah.
Or some, no, not IT. What's that company called? That's like Oh my gosh, I forgot. But like the guy was like, actually, it's an acronym.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? I was like, yeah, it's an acronym. And Jonah Hill's like, get the fuck out of my office right now. And he's like, what? Jonah Hill's great in that. His laugh is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like the way he laughs in that movie. Yeah. That's like
kind of like Jared Leto's laugh from Suicide Squad.
Yes. I think he did it before. He perfected it. Yeah. Jonah Hill could be a great Joker.
Yeah. I like how we started off talking about American Made, and now we're talking about War Dogs.
They're both based on true stories.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Miles Teller and Jonah Hill, like they're based off of real characters. It's pretty fucked up.
I don't know. The thing is just like I'm not really a big fan of like war films. I don't know. I mean I've seen, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's just I don't know. I was never able to get as into them. Like they didn't really captivate me. And I know they're fantastic movies, but I don't know. I guess the whole setting of being in a war and all that good stuff is just not up my lane.
Yeah. With Dunkirk, I heard this story about how there were still some surviving veterans who were during Dunkirk and they saw the movie. I was like, bro, I thought it was loud.
Yeah.
Imagine what like a 95-year-old veteran would think. I was like, I don't know. That's a loud movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, that's all I was thinking about.
Well, we're getting a little bit off topic because we're talking about based on true stories and not biopics.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because Social Network it's based on true story, but I wouldn't say it's really a biopic. Would you? I could be wrong.
I think it could be.
But my favorite biopic that I've seen in the last 10 years was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love that movie. I watch it every year.
Well, every year? I've only seen it once in theaters.
Dios mío.
Dios mío, indeed. No, I just remember, like, Rami Malek was good.
Oh, yeah.
There's some nice visuals here and there. I think I liked Rocket Man a little bit better, though.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe it's because, like, I don't know, visually it was more striking than Bohemian.
Yeah, they definitely, like, were a bit more ambitious with all their, like, the fact that it was also a musical. Yeah. Should have mentioned it during our musical episode.
Yeah, we fucked up there, but it's okay. But no, like, what's the actor's name who played Elton John in Rocket Man? Taron Egerton.
Yeah.
See, that guy, he sang a ton of like Elton John songs before Rocket Man. Yeah. I think he was in the movie Sing.
Yes.
Yeah. I've never seen it because it looks terrible, but like I remember there's a clip of him singing.
It's not great, but that's what got me into it. Remember when we were filming Cupid and we were all singing, you, Christian, and I were singing, I'm still standing better than I ever did. Yeah. That was because I literally had watched Sing and then it got stuck in my head. And then I saw it in Rocket Man. And I was like, yes, because I like Elton John, but I'm not as into him as I am. He's
really good. I recently was listening to another song, Sacrifice, from him. And I was like, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of good ones. And I think I know why it was recommended to me.
Famous for a
reason. Because what's that artist's name? I don't know if it's either Dua Lipa or Doja Cat or whatever, but they did like a remix with Elton John.
I think it's Doja Cat. She did a cover of
the
Rocket
Doja
Man.
one.
One of my coworkers, Elena, if you're watching, hello. Yeah, one of my coworkers is addicted to that song. She plays it all the time in the office.
I listen to that song. I'm like, wow, I'd rather listen to Elton John. So I just switched to Elton John.
Yeah, I know. I haven't
the
told
original
her.
Song.
I haven't told her, but I'm like, I kind of don't fuck with this. I kind of can't you play the original, man?
Yeah, I don't like remixes like that, especially like any remixes about like Africa Toto or whatever. They did a bunch of those.
Yeah, I know, that was so bad.
Especially the Pitbull one. Oh, that's a bad one. They put that in Aquaman. That was pretty shit.
The only remix that has ever been better than the original.
Which one?
Was Fairy Godmother's I Need a Hero in Shrek 2.
Well, that's totally based on a true story.
Absolutely.
No, but when it comes to biopics, I think the first one that always comes to mind, because I watched it when I was little, was La Bamba.
What's La Bamba?
La Bamba? Oh, you don't know La Bamba?
I don't know. You have that there, and I'm like, what the fuck is La Bamba?
This is great. Okay, so it's basically based on a true story of this artist from the 50s named Richie Valens.
Yeah.
And he started out very young. He started like playing music, the guitar, singing when he was only 15. And he sang classic songs like Ba la 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 bamba se necesito.
Oh, yeah.
So he sang that song. He sang a bunch of great songs. And he was on a plane. Oh my God. How close do you need it? How close do you need it, Christian?
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you want it close?
No!
I'm just kidding, Josh. I'm sorry.
These are the shenanigans you do
Josh,
before.
I'm sorry. Are you okay, man?
These are the shenanigans you're supposed to do before the episode starts, man.
Look, I'm sorry. It's so close.
This is why we have a time before we start recording where I can get all my sexual innuendos out.
No.
Where you can get all that stuff out so that we don't do it during the recording.
Okay. Now, back to La Bamba.
Yes.
So, he was a famous artist. He sang a lot of great songs.
Yeah.
And he was going to go on a plane with two other artists, Buddy Holly and the Big Popper. Yeah, he's great. Yeah. So it's two other artists, and they're like, okay, let's go on this plane. And the plane crashes and they all die. And that's where the famous song, like The Day the Music Died, American Pie, that's where it comes from.
Really?
September 3rd, 57, I think, or 59. That was like the day that all of them died. And that was a commemorative, because it was basically like the end of an era of music that people would look upon.
You're blowing my mind.
Richie Valens passed away when he was 17.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's a sad movie because the movie ends, it doesn't end happy. It's like the family hears about it and it's like, holy shit. And it's the mom cries, the brother is like holding her and stuff. And the last shot you see is Richie's brother walking up to the bridge. And then he looks down and then he looks up in the sky and he screams, Richie! And then it just cuts to black. And that's the end of the movie.
I kind of like when films have that. Like, I love it when a film has a really powerful ending.
Yeah.
A powerful ending can make any film like rise up in a number ranking. You know, it could take a 4 out of 10 to a 5 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10 to a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's
like when, especially when it's like in a somber way, like when it just really sticks with you. Like when a movie ends like all happy, like, oh, happily ever after, the end. Let's all have a sing along, you know, like in Shrek 2, the first Shrek movie. But like when it's a somber ending, it really just tends to stick in my mind. I remember the first time I saw Captain America, the first Avenger. I could not get the ending. Like, I remember going back home. I saw it at one of my uncle's houses. And then, you know, the ending happened. You know, we turn off the movie, we hang out and everything. And then I came back home and I was lying down in my bunk bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunk bed when I was growing up.
Hell yeah, man.
Got to my bunk and I remember just lying down, just like fucking depressed. You know, I was like, oh no, I didn't cry or anything, but I was just sad.
Wait, which movie?
Captain America, the first Avenger. That was
why were you sad about that one?
Because just the whole line. Remember, this is when it came out, so there was no one knew if Peggy was alive or anything, and he just was like, he just got out into New York and he was just sad and he was just like, I had a date. And it cuts to black, and I was like,
that Captain America was a real hero based on a real character named Steve Rogers.
Listen here, we're here for 45 minutes. I think we have a little bit of leeway. You're a little tired.
I'm sorry.
Time's just slowing.
But what's another biopic that you would like watch from time to time?
Lockhart, the Dewey Cox story.
Yes.
I was actually listening.
I gotta rewatch that movie because there's a scene in it where it's just like all the bandmates are like shitting on Dewey Cox, and it's just that one guy's like, "And you never paid for weed, man, not once." And he just keeps on saying that where everyone's like, "Fuck you, Dewey Cox," not once.
I'm Dewey Cox's 12-year-old girlfriend, y'all. I showed Matt that. I was watching clips of it with Matt, and when Matt saw like the 12. No, I was watching it with Carrie.
Oh, okay.
And Carrie was like, 12-year-old? What? He's 14? Something doesn't make sense.
That's it. Yeah. What?
Why is my boss calling me?
Okay. Why would your boss be calling you?
On a Sunday.
Can you pick it up? No. Let's not. Do you want to do that?
Do we need we don't need to cut, do we?
Do we need to cut? No.
I'm just gonna hold my phone here and just text.
Yeah, text it, and I'll talk more while you're texting. And just, I'm fired. We're gonna have to end the podcast here, ladies and gentlemen. No, but Dewey Cox is funny. What's another one? Another good biopic that I would say is pretty solid in my opinion is Man on the Moon. That's stars Jim Carrey. He plays Andy Kaufman. Yeah. Because what I like about it is that it's not like directly like every single event. It's very like they definitely do a lot more creative things with it, where it's just like, you know, Jim Carrey does a lot of interesting aspects with Andy Kaufman, and it covers a lot of ground, I think. And Danny DeVito was in that one too. That's a Danny DeVito one right there, right, Josh?
Yeah.
You could just say one word. Christian, how are you doing? Pretty good.
I'm sorry. It's
okay. What's going on? Yeah, but that's another good one, Man on the Moon. I think one particular biopic that I'm not a huge fan of because I recently saw it and I was like, oh, this kind of looks good. It stars Tom Hardy and Al Capone.
You didn't like Capone?
No, I fucking hated it. That was bad. That was a bad one. It was terrible because like Tom Hardy, the way he was talking, he talked like this.
Yeah.
Wah, that's me. I'm Al Capone. And I'm like, wow, this is bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't go see it, which is interesting because I fucking love Tom Hardy, you know?
Tom Hardy's great. It's just, I don't know what he was thinking doing that performance. It just, to me, it just didn't really emulate Capone compared to other performances.
I apologize to the viewers. Somebody got locked out of their room and they wanted me to go unlock it, but I'm not really close to Tower 1 right
now. Viewer that is locked outside their room, if you're watching this,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, please.
Josh is
that's why they
very
called
sorry.
me. Yeah, okay.
You.
My boss just said she'll find out if somebody else is on site.
I'll find out. Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Figure it out.
So anyway, now we're gonna make a movie based on my life, a true story. I was actually pitching this to my boss that we should
my god,
we should do a Broadway theater like play at King Street Towers. You know, you get a down on his luck just guy. He gets a job, and then a whole lot of stuff happens, and we have songs and costumes. I was like, let's do a play. Let's do a King Street Towers play. Why are you looking at me like that?
How much did you snort? Like, what the fuck?
I didn't snort anything. I had a bowl.
I had a bowl.
No.
Only a spoonful.
No, I was, reminiscing on when I used to be in plays, and I was like, we should do a play.
Yeah, that's good. Good for you, Josh.
Based on a true story of the Josh Bassoon.
Josh Bassoon. Joshua Bassoon.
No, never mind. I don't want to do it anymore.
It's okay. What's I watched Ford v Ferrari. Did you watch Ford v Ferrari?
I haven't gone around to it. I've kind of just. Oh,
I know, right?
Do you want to switch seats?
Out of the 10 films Christian has seen, he's seen Ford v Ferrari, and he's just like, Josh.
How about I just turn this mic around, just swing it over to you?
You're disappointing me. You never see Ford v Ferrari is good. If you're like a car person, you'll fuck with it.
That's the thing. I am a car person. Like, I don't think I'm as much of a.
Right?
I just haven't gotten around to it. It's. I don't know. I feel like I just need to watch a trailer again, and that will convince me to watch the movie. But then also, just school and work has been so hectic.
Yeah, same with me. Like
movies for me, I haven't been able to watch a lot of movies recently.
Yeah, it's been tough, but I try to watch at least movie clips from time to time.
I actually avoid that at all costs.
Really?
For a movie that I haven't seen, I don't watch any clips. The furthest I go is I watch the trailer. Because I don't want to get anything spoiled.
I mean, trailers spoil sometimes.
Yeah.
Like really bad trailers.
Case in point, Amazing Spider-Man 2. They fucking had the ending scene in the trailer.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. That was a pretty bad one.
Was not amazing at all. It's false advertising.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man.
No.
That's what he sounded like.
That's what he sounded like. It's also very quotable because whenever every birthday I have, before I blow out my candles, I just look at my brothers and I'm like, it's my birthday. Time for me to blow out my candles.
That's odd. You do realize if no one has seen Amazing Spider-Man 2, they'd be like, all right,
no
Josh,
one gets it. Yeah,
what are you doing?
No one gets it.
What is it this time?
It's the same thing whenever it's Thanksgiving because my tradition with my brothers is that on Thanksgiving after we've eaten, before we get dessert, we always watch Star Wars together.
Oh, just like the first one?
We usually switch up which one we want to watch because we do a Star Wars marathon around Christmas.
Nice.
But Thanksgiving just feels like it's a time to watch Star Wars. So this past Thanksgiving, we watched episode 3.
Oh, nice.
And the thing is, like, it's only Matt, baby, and I that actually watch it. And then my parents don't watch it. And then this Thanksgiving, Carrie came over as well. And she was just on her phone the entire time. And I was like, you really make me want to break up with you right now.
Some people aren't a fan of Star Wars. It's like, wow, it's lightsabers, cool.
No, Carrie.
Wow.
Love of my life.
Is that Chewbacca? No, that's Anakin.
No, that's the only reason she likes Star Wars. That's why we watched episode 3.
Yeah.
The only thing she enjoys from Star Wars is that she thinks Anakin's hot.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword. So
I think when he's Darth Vader, he looks better. Especially with the burn face.
Yeah, when he's turning into Darth Vader, he's hot.
I can't. He's all burnt up and that's funny.
Is Star Wars based on a true story?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it says it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So
no, that's good. No, it just reminded me they should do like a biopic of the making of Star Wars,
like a George Lucas.
Sorry, Christian's funny. He has a pig, a stress ball pig, and he's flinging it around. Hey,
Jon Ham
cameo appearance.
Now I know what I'm gonna write for our description.
Oh yeah, this is our thumbnail.
Special. Oh yes,
that's good. Funny. 10 out of 10. But I think they should do a biopic on the making of Star Wars because like it's the amount of work put into it and how it could have been a complete disaster is just insane. Yeah, you know. But that's kind of my thought.
There's this show. I don't know if you watch it. Have you ever seen the show Legends of Tomorrow?
Oh, isn't that the CW show?
Yeah, it's a CW show.
I watched a couple episodes, then I gave up.
Yeah, I know. I remember trying to watch it because back when I was really into the Arrowverse, I loved Arrow, loved the Flash, and then they started at Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
and then I watched the entirety of season 1 purely based off of loyalty. I was like, I have to watch this so I can. It makes sense when I see the crossover.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I still have this for. It's dead.
You killed Jon Ham. Why would you do this, Josh?
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Jon Ham.
But basically one point of season 2 was that they go back in time, and I think they accidentally fucked with George Lucas.
No.
Right? And they kind of like made him not want to go into film. And then suddenly 2 characters, Ray and somebody else, stopped like being as intelligent as they usually are. Like they stopped exhibiting big brain energy. They were kind of dumb. And they're like, well, what the fuck? Why are they acting like this? And it turns out that the entire reason that Ray was a scientist and then the other guy was an archaeologist, the reason that they went into those fields was because one of them was influenced by Indiana Jones and the other one was influenced by Star Wars.
Yeah.
Now that these movies don't exist, you know, they never ended up going into their fields. They just became regular people.
That seems like the movie Yesterday. Where it's just like, if this didn't happen, everything would change. The Beatles would never happen and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think, like, if you look at it from a nitpicky standpoint, it's like, okay, like, if you played songs that were famous from the 60s now, you're going to have a completely different response.
Oh, yeah. I found that really weird that, like, his songs are such hits. I mean, they would do well, but I'm like, I don't know.
He uploads it to SoundCloud and he's like, this is shit. And then that's it. It just moves on from life. That's the depressing side of, like, how much media we consume is like, yeah, you're going to probably hear a great artist. You're like, oh, this is great. And then you see it's like, oh, only 3 views.
Yeah.
That's
just like the people that avoid our podcast because we're so small.
Yeah. We're the underdogs. We're the underdogs, Josh, but we're
true underdog story, just like Dodgeball,
based on a true story because it says a true.
That's all we need because it says it's true. So Neves, that means it's true, right?
Is it true?
Absolutely. Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. You know, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
What's that actor's name? He was like an older actor. He was funny.
Don't know.
It's a funny guy.
Funny guy. That's probably Patch. Patch is a Houlihan.
Robin Williams did a lot of biopics.
Did he?
Patch Adams, he did.
Patch Adams was based on. Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. No, what was I thinking? Speaking of different types of Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to get it too close because I saw how you reacted. That gave you PTSD. You're like,
yeah.
But
what were you on to?
No, in regards to there was this film, I forgot what it was called. It was about like the Hollywood of the 50s, and Ben Affleck was in it, and he played George Reeves, the actor who played Superman in the 1950s.
Oh yeah.
And there's this famous scene in the movie, and I thought it was really cool because it happened in real life. This is what this is what happened was George Reeves was at an event, and you know, just like, hey, I'm Superman, and all the kids were like, oh, great. And there was this one kid, and it's really intense. I really love the scene, how they directed it. And this kid has a pistol pointed at George Reeves.
Yeah.
And George was like, what are you doing with that gun? And it's like, you're Superman. You know, if I shoot, the bullet will bounce off. You know, it'd be so cool and stuff. And everyone's silent.
Yeah.
Everyone just stops. And then George Reeves walks closer to the kid and he's like, just put the gun down and stuff like that. And he's like, no, I want to try it. It'll be cool, you know, because you're Superman. And what George Reeves says, and I thought, and it's real, he actually said this was, if you do that, it's going to bounce off and hit someone else. And that you wouldn't want that. Would you? Like, you know, and the kid thought about it. And this is like a 5-year-old with a gun and stuff like that. And how the scene was handled was very well done. And like, I watched the scene, I was like, oh, this can't be real. And I read into it. I'm like, holy shit. Like that actually did happen in an event.
That is some quick thinking. That's like,
oh man,
really smart. Like that. Jeez.
It reminded me of like, cause that was a callback from other films like Unbreakable. They did something similar with Bruce Willis's character. Have you seen Unbreakable?
I've not.
Okay.
Is that like one of those movies that it all came together for that with that split guy?
And Glass,
and they all came together to like do like a team up movie or something. I never watched it because I didn't watch Split because again, you all know that I don't really like horror movies, and it was marketed as a horror movie, so I didn't go see it.
But Unbreakable's a good one. I would probably watch it with zero to no notion of what happens in the story. It's not a horror, and
perfect for me to watch, I guess.
Exactly. But yeah, that's a fun.
That's a pretty good list.
It's a superhero movie and a biopic fact. Put together.
We got a twofer.
We got a 2-in-1. We got a 2-in-1, bud.
No. Stop.
That's
oh my god. But what else? What have you been watching recently, by the way? Because it's been a while. Have you watched anything good recently?
Anything good?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Rewatched anything?
I'm trying to think. I watched this film called The Founder with Michael Keaton. Yeah. It's basically Michael Keaton's like, all right,
Michael Keaton,
you guys are the McDonald's brothers, right? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, look, I'm going to give you a great contract. All right. It's going to be worldwide. And then the guy's like, okay. And then he signs it. It's like, all right, I have all your money now. Get the fuck out of here. That's literally the movie.
Really?
Yeah. That's why the McDonald's brothers aren't really like, that known.
I always see The Founder on my Netflix queue, but I always thought that was a documentary.
No, that's... Yeah. Christian, you've seen it, right? See, that's the 9th film he's seen that you have not seen, John.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a good one.
Why am I sitting here? Let's get Christian up here.
But no, The Founder was good. And it basically, like, it was kind of weird how they measured their sauces and stuff. Because there's a scene in that where it's just like, how do you organize all this? And it's like, well, we put like 2 drops of this, 2 drops of that. And I'm like, what the... Damn, they were precise. And that was before they went all like monopolized or whatever. Yeah. So I was like...
Monopolized, like McDonald's Monopoly.
Well, there you go. Yeah, do you ever use those? McDonald's Monopoly shit?
I mean, I do pull them off because I don't really buy McDonald's often, but
yeah,
especially like ever since I moved out of my parents' house, I just kind of stopped buying McDonald's often.
Yeah.
But if I do like once in a month if I get McDonald's and it's Monopoly season, I'll pull it off. And if it's anything, I'll free hamburger. Okay, sweet. I get a free hamburger. I haven't gotten a car yet.
No. Or a trip to
Hawaii.
Oh, I thought I was gonna make a joke where it's like, you can get a trip to Florida. I'm like, fuck, that would suck. Going to Florida
God's
now.
Waiting room. Oh, speaking of it's based on true movies have you ever seen? Shit, how can I not remember? It's got Mark Wahlberg, The Rock.
That Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain, yes.
I fucking knew you were going to mention that.
It was so great, movie.
I have not seen that one yet. That's one of the few Michael Bay films I have not seen because I've seen like clips of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this looks like the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
True story. Like they have to say it's so ridiculous that they literally say
it's true.
Like there's parts in the movie where it pauses and then words come on screen like, yes, this is still a true movie. Yeah. A true story.
The saturation in that fucking movie, man. Oh my God. They're like, hey, can you make this like the most orange thing possible?
I know.
And I was like,
the thing is, so when I was studying to get my personal training certification, on YouTube,
I'll keep on going. I know.
Pain and Gain is my inspiration. On YouTube, if you search it up right now, there uploaded is the first 11 minutes of Pain and Gain. And I would always watch that before I sat down in my backyard to pull up my textbooks and study. I'd be like, I know it's a sad ending, but you know what? I want to be a trainer, so let's get the books out. Let's study. And
that was in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Miami.
My God.
God's waiting room.
I know. It's just the beginning. I saw that 11-minute clip too.
Yeah.
It's like, my name's Mark Wahlberg. I'm a trainer. I live for the American dream. That's how he talks.
Rocky, the Godfather, Scarface. All the guys from the Godfather. Those are my heroes.
You should have said someone unexpected or something like that. I don't know. That would have been funny.
We're going to redo it. It's going to be like Rocky, Scarface, Johnny Sins.
Johnny. Oh. You're funny, John. I was going to say something else, but, let's go with that joke.
Rocky, Scarface, Alec Baldwin.
They're all my heroes.
Yeah.
I live for the American dream. I can do this, man. And, they killed a lot of people in that movie, didn't they?
They didn't kill a lot of people. They killed a handful of people.
That's a lot in my book.
Listen, I also recently watched Heat. So.
You saw Heat?
I finally got around to watching it.
Thank you, Josh. I wish that was a true story, but all I'm going to say...
What? Do you know how many people died in that movie? Are you crazy?
What?
Travesty.
Heat?
And Heat. And the whole highway shootout.
Oh, no, I know, but that's not based on a true story.
I know, and you're saying you wish it was based on a true story?
No. I wish it was a movie based on a true story so that we can talk about it.
Oh.
But at the same time...
We can talk about it.
Yeah, I realized how, like,
you're
very strict I am with this.
Yeah, as soon as we started, you've been like, all right, listen, Josh, you talk about anything that has nothing to do with that Google Doc, you're going to fucking shove a baton up your ass.
You know what it is? It's the coffee.
I know, I can tell. I was like, you're pretty tired, aren't you?
Yeah, but I feel like, you know what? I gotta be more like.
Why don't you explain to the viewers why you're so tired?
Yes, so I am currently working 2 jobs right now. So starting Saturday, I worked at my first job in the morning, and then I finished at 2:00. And then I started my second job around 4, and then I finished that one at 11:30 at night. And then I had to go back to my first job the next day at 6:45 in the morning. And then I finished that one at 3 p.m. And then I come back home and it's 4:00 and I get a call from Christian like, "Hey buddy, we're filming, right?" And I'm like, "Yep." And was that loud?
Kind of, but it's fine.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why
this guy moaned at.
No, it's okay, Josh.
It's a dead horse at this point. But
biopics are
we should make a movie about Matthew's life. It's so interesting.
No, it's not.
That's a pretty interesting last 48 hours, dude.
I mean, yeah, it's one of the busier days for me, I'll be honest. But
you're on your grind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
you know what's some good biopic movies?
What?
Because I've been doing research on one of my short films, and I've been doing a lot of research on the Watergate scandal.
Yeah.
And I recently saw All the President's Men, starring Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford.
Yeah,
it's a great movie. They were Woodward and Bernstein. They're the guys who like covered the entire Watergate scandal and found out so much about like, oh shit, like this whole campaign, like they were Nixon's campaign. They were all part of it.
Yeah,
like barging or like breaking in and shit. And they're like, wow. Like they just got some random like dude who was supporting the Republican Party and just used their name for a check to pay the guys to break in. It's fucking crazy.
Richard Nixon is the guy who's opposing Kennedy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just every time
Richard Milhouse Nixon.
The thing is, because every time I think about Nixon, I was thinking about that scene from The Simpsons where they go to the Duff Brewery and they have the ad. I too enjoy that particular beer. The man never drank a Duff in his life.
Man never drank a Duff. Yeah.
So that Simpsons drawing of Richard Nixon is actually the only image I have of him in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Have you watched any like of those political movies?
Maybe. Name one.
JFK.
Okay, no, I have
not. JFK is another good one because it's like it's an all-star cast. And it's basically about the whole situation with JFK, like Lee Harvey Oswald and stuff like that. And like, is this a conspiracy? Is this what? And you know what the craziest thing about that is? At the very end of the movie, they're like, these documents will not be released until the year 2050 or 2063, like 100 years after the event.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, we're going to be in our 60s. And then we get these files. I'm like,
so
they were right.
We watched the movie right before we see it. You know, it's a great based on true story movie.
Which one?
2012. So accurate. Just so accurate,
that
man.
Is such a
they
dumb
called
movie.
It.
That is such a dumb movie.
What are you talking about? They called it.
You know that director Roland Emmerich? I hate a lot of his movies.
Really?
They're so bad. Like I think the only one I'll say I'll watch is Independence Day. That's like the only one. All the others suck.
Really?
2012 sucks. Like he does a lot of disaster movies.
Films, yeah.
He's like, what if everything's cold? And that's like the day after tomorrow.
I love the day after tomorrow, though.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Neves.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Hey, that movie's what introduced me to Jake freaking Gyllenhaal.
Really? Yeah. Not Donnie Darko?
Nah.
Donnie Darko's a good one.
I don't think I would have watched Donnie Darko at the age of 7.
What about Bubble Boy?
What is that?
It's a comedy he was in. He was allergic to, I don't know, air and shit, so he was in a bubble, and then that's like the comedy.
Oh, that sounds like a very...
It's so stupid. It's like stupid humor. But like,
is it?
Yeah, that
sounds sad.
Yeah. Travolta was in a film that was also titled, not Bubble Boy, but it was like the man who was also allergic to air, so he had to be stuck in but it was treated as serious. And then you compare it with the Jake Gyllenhaal one, and it's just like, oh, I'm bouncing around. Yeah. And it was like, wow. That's
you know what else is a great film? So you mentioned The Man, and it brought this back into my mind. Have you seen The Man Who Knew Infinity?
No, I want to though.
Dude, the biopic about Ramanujan, it's so good. It's so good.
I definitely will put that on my watch list.
It's really good, yeah. I mean, you already know I love Dave Patel. My parents also just love Dave Patel.
Dave Patel's a great actor.
Yeah, and any like mainstream film that was that's like either set in or filmed by an Indian filmmaker, my parents just eat that shit up. Like, they just saw the clip of The Sky is Pink. They're like, "Is that Priyanka Chopra? All right, we're watching this," and then they couldn't shut up about it. Or, "Is that Priyanka Chopra? Okay, we're watching the tiger, the white tiger."
The white tiger. Yeah, I was gonna think like, yeah.
You know, there are other movies, you know, but
that's understandable.
No, Man into Infinity is fantastic. My dad loved it because my dad's like big into math. Hey, Neves, look.
No, that's me when I was like 10 years old.
Baby Neves.
That's me.
It's baby Felipe Neves.
Thank you for showing us that.
I'm really glad that none of you.
Imagine Christian's like, you know what? I'm gonna edit the picture into the video briefly so everyone can see.
We should do that.
Hey, Christian, if you want to edit it in, go for it.
I'm so glad that I wasn't friends with you guys when I was that young, so you guys have no pictures of me. I don't think I talked to you until we were 15.
Yeah.
Or Christian until we were 16. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Grade 10, right?
I talked to him in grade 10.
No, Christian and I since grade 9.
I would assume so, but
yeah.
I only met you because you sat behind me in math class, and then Christian sat next to me.
Did we talk about like English? A bunch of like superhero shit in class?
We didn't. We talked mostly about Rocky because Creed was coming out.
Oh yeah, we were also in cross country together.
Yeah.
That's why.
And,
that was good.
We were also talking about Star Wars.
Because the new one, The Force Awakens. Damn, how old are we?
2015 was a good year.
How old were we?
I was probably 14.
I would have been 15 then.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah,
2015 was a pretty good year. Force Awakens, Creed. What else came out in 2015?
My God. Avengers.
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of films though. Oh, Mad Max Fury Road. That's a good one.
That's a great one. Dude, the visuals in that
that is the best Australian biopic I've ever seen. It completely encapsulates.
This is exactly what it's like. A man explain a film plot badly.
My name is Max.
Man drives to Australia.
Where's me gas? I'm gonna have to kill a couple years. That's how. George Miller's a great director.
Oh yeah. The practical effects were just fantastic. Anytime a film just uses practical effects, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just so, like, I just feel like I don't even feel like it. It's pretty obvious that films are so bogged down with CGI nowadays. Mostly action films, obviously, but
a lot
practical effects are just so fantastic.
Nothing against VFX people. But
oh no, I have the utmost respect for them. That shit looks hard as that looks hard as fuck.
I was like, I can make a stick figure. It's like, we want Thanos. It's like, I can draw a stick figure. Yeah. Is that count?
Just Josh
I'll color him purple
in a purple like bald cap. The low budget Avengers Endgame.
Oh my God, we're gonna do it.
Absolutely.
But no, what I feel like with the Avengers movies was all of it was just pre-existing CGI, and they didn't have a finished script yet, and they were still working on the CGI for the battles. I'm like, damn.
For what? Age of Ultron?
No, Endgame.
Endgame.
Yeah, they confirmed that. All the storyboards and stuff. It's like, yeah, so the part where like Thanos is fighting Captain Marvel, yeah, we didn't have a finished script then, but we had the VFX done. I was like, wait, how the fuck do you? I was like, okay. It cost like $500 million, so that's on them. But
the only thing, well, I mean, they probably made back their money.
Highest grossing movie. I hope that they did.
I hope they did. But
you know what's a good? I'm sorry. Did I snap?
No. It's go. No,
it just hit me like the making of movies and stuff like that. A great biopic about that is Ed Wood.
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood. Have you heard of this particular movie, Josh?
No.
Oh my God.
Okay, you're getting closer.
So what's so special about Ed Wood? It's my favorite Tim Burton movie. It stars Johnny Depp.
Of course.
Ed Wood, I know, right? It's like Robert De Niro and Scorsese.
Ed Wood Scissorhands?
Edward G. Robinson.
Yeah.
I believe his name is. I could be wrong. But yeah, so basically he's like this filmmaker from the 50s, and he's like, I'm a filmmaker. I'm an American filmmaker. I'm going to direct the best movies of all time. And he's only remembered because he's based off of a real filmmaker.
Yeah, I mean, biopic.
Yeah, exactly. But he's known for the worst films of that era. He did like Glen or Glenda, Plan 9 from Outer Space, like these terrible, terrible movies that everyone watches and they laugh at. It's kind of like Tommy Wiseau in The Room, but like for the 50s.
Really?
Yeah.
They had sarcasm back then?
Oh my God, it was insane. No, like I'm not even kidding. There's like a scene where these executives are watching Ed Wood's film and they think it's a joke. They think it's like, oh, this is like one of those, joke films that, they send to each other. And then they just start laughing. It's like, oh, no, it was real. And it's a really good film because it goes into the 50s like, oh, I'm happy-go-lucky and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it also shows the depressing aspects of like, yeah, Ed Wood, like, he was still like, he's a bad filmmaker, but he thought he was good. And he's like, I'm going to direct the best film of all time. And the movie ends with him and his, I think, girlfriend at the time is like, let's go get married. It's going to be amazing. And then they drive off and that's the end of the film. And then it's like, Ed Wood died penniless at the age of 54, drunk and alcoholic, and directed porn films until he died. The end.
Jesus Christ.
That's the text. And then that's how the film ends. But because it was set in the 50s, they went for the Tim Burton, like, black and white, glorifying like, oh, everything's happy-go-lucky because it's the golden age of cinema. But, there's a lot of, like, dark moments in the film that are addressed, which is why it's one of my favorite films.
Really?
Yeah, it's definitely up there. Definitely top 10, I think.
Do you just love Tim Burton's entire aesthetic of making films? Because I know you love Batman.
At a certain point, yes. Because right after Ed Wood, I watched Mars Attacks, and that was shit. I hated that one. I don't like. I didn't like the Planet of the Apes remake he did.
Which one?
The one before, not the newest one, but the one before. Yeah, with Mark Wahlberg.
The 2001.
Yeah, that was bad.
I never even bothered watching it. I saw Rise of the Planets.
That's a good
Rise of the Planet. With fucking James Franco was in it, right?
James Franco.
Yeah, and Caesar.
He did a James Dean biopic. James Franco, because he looks alike. They both look alike.
I mean, the only biopic I know he did was the Disaster filmmaker. Oh yeah, whatever.
Did you watch that one, The Disaster Artist?
I did not. The Disaster Artist.
Yeah, Tommy Wiseau.
I think I probably should watch it because I actually just watched Pineapple Express for the first time. So I'm kind of on a James Franco.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
James Franco.
Yeah. So excited to see him in Mario. But
oh yeah, he's Donkey Kong.
But look, have you noticed that Christian's getting red? Look how angry he is.
I think a good recommendation, Josh, when it comes to biopics, is Ed Wood and then The Disaster Artist to see like two different awful filmmakers and how they're presented on film.
Interesting.
I don't know. I think it'd be neat.
And you gotta go watch The Man Who Knew.
Yes.
What am I doing?
Hey, yeah, exactly.
See how far that was from me?
Josh be like, all right, so we're going to have to end off the podcast.
I feel like a dumbass right now. Oh, it's my okay. God.
How bad was that, Christian, with the audio on Josh?
Probably we can't tell, but it was fucking out. It was out here.
It's all good.
Anyways,
I think that's good. We got both recommendations from each other.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what we call a good episode.
Yeah, and so Jesus. Okay, well, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Real Talk Podcast. If you're listening on Spotify, feel free to check out our YouTube channel where you can see the audio component. You can see what I was talking about when I said the mic was far. If you're watching us on YouTube, at this point, we should have our socials on screen right now. Follow us on Instagram and check out our Twitter where you can see updates about upcoming episodes. And if you're feeling generous, maybe send us a donation on Patreon. Helps me pay off my student loans.
Yeah, just yours.
Just mine. And with all that being said, we'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
10 out of 10. Peace.